Welcome back. Even as the markets are consolidating, this is our special movers and shakers segment where we track a lot of stocks that are buzzing around in today's trading session. And we tell you the reasons why in quick pace as well. So let's start with our entire team, which is standing for all the stocks which are moving and shaking around. First up is Onmobile. Vinny, what do you have?
So Q1 numbers that came in for the company. Overall, we are seeing a decent number that came in, especially in terms of revenue muted, but gaming revenue, that's a very good growth of around 31%. Mobile entertainment revenue, that is where the decline came in, 4.9% for the company. Overall gaming subscription, that's seen an improvement as well, 12.04 million subscribers this time versus just a 7.6 million subscribers last year. And obviously lower expenses and exceptional item in the previous quarter, something that supported the profitability of the company.
Good performance coming in from an operational standpoint. Ekta, Pfizer, what's next?
Well, yes, good numbers. Revenue up around 7%. The margins expanded to 34.8 versus 31.5%, and a profit which was up around 27%, better than expectations of around 170 odd crores. Separately, a couple of days ago, they did get approval for a pneumococcal vaccine for adults in the domestic market, which is basically to protect against serious infections such as meningitis, pneumonia and sepsis. So the next trigger really would be for them to get approval for the children's or the pediatric market for this particular vaccine. So combined set of news aiding Pfizer today. But CSB Bank, that one is weak today, down around 5 to 6% post the conference call. Let's go across to Gaurav, who has more on CSB. Gaurav.
Well, yes, when we look at the bank, it actually reported very weak set of numbers. When we talk about expectation, those were actually weaker than expected. Yesterday only, during the market time, we got the numbers. Net interest income increased just by 5%, while profit that increased just by 5% again on a year-on-year basis. But what was disappointing is net interest margins. Now, they declined almost by 20%. And remember, if we look at on a year-on-year basis, it has declined almost by 80 basis point. On a con call, what management has said that this is actually the bottom of net interest margins. After this, we will see some kind of recovery, but the guidance has been revised. The lower end of the guidance has been revised down almost by 25 basis points from 3.75% in the last quarter to 3.5%. Now, this is again something which is discouraging when it comes to CSB Bank because people were not anticipating that. Remember, in Q4 also during the call, management had called out that net interest margins have bottomed out at around 3.75%. But in this quarter, we have seen another fall of 20 basis points. In fact, from here on, when we look at ROAs, they have also come down to 1.03%. Management again has said that ROAs will reach around 1.5% gradually by the end of the year. But definitely on the back of weak set of net interest margins, we are seeing some kind of weakness in share price as well.
Weak names take CSB lower, but weak numbers coming in from Endurance as well. Sudarshan.
So after Minda and Bellrise Industry, another auto ancillary company that is Endurance Technologies, which has reported earnings for Q1FY26, and those earnings have looked largely better than estimates or say steady set of numbers. All the profit, if you talk about revenue, EBITDA, all these numbers have seen a growth in the range of 10 to 20%. Even margin is hold on to a steady. It's about 13%. Currently at 13.4% versus 13.2%, and the earnings continue to be led by India segment, that is the 70% of total sales. And now company said that it has outperformed the industry. If you talk about two-wheeler sales volume in Q1 FY26, volumes have declined by nearly 2%, while standalone revenue for the company has seen a growth of almost 10%. Even European segment has seen a growth of 29%. That includes Stoffel acquisition. If you remove that acquisition, the growth was just of 1%. Now going forward, what would be the tailwind? Company says that recently government has announced that mandating anti-lock braking system for two-wheelers, that will be the tailwind going forward, and it believes that growth in FY26 is going to be better than FY25.
Okay, all right. Sudarshan, Gaurav, Manglam, Vinny, as well as myself. Thanks very much for joining us.
Yourself?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Well, and that, bringing us all of the stocks in focus on our movers and shakers segment. And on that note, it's also a wrap on Halftime Report. Business Lunch will take all of the action forward. Stay tuned.